Hey y'all, this is Audra Hicks, the Simply Home, your Tennessee Realtor. I'm going to go over some questions that you might want to ask the person that you are interviewing to be your real estate agent or realtor in selling your home. When you want to list your home, what are the questions that you really want to ask them? So stay tuned because I put the real in real estate. So, y'all, when working in real estate, sellers often have a range of questions for their agents. So, I wanted to provide y'all with a list of questions that you might want to ask them when you have them over your home and trying to interview them. Now, the process for me, thankfully, I've had many people ask me different questions, but clients that I get for listings are usually referred to me or somebody that I've already known and have a great rapport with already, but they still have questions, of course, and I need to be able to know what I'm talking about and answer the questions, of course. So these questions can vary based on the seller's experience and the market conditions and specifics of the property because every property is not the same. So you need to know what you're looking at, and you can never tell a seller over the phone without looking at a property what its value is. I just don't understand how you will know. Now, you can give a range, but you don't know the condition unless you've been to the house already. In order to prepare that for them. So here are some examples of things that you will want to ask when you are interviewing agents. Now, you might not be interviewing, you might just be wanting to, get your agent out there and figure out what you're going to do in listing your home. So, number one question that everybody wants to know, and I'm sure you'll guess this, is what is my home worth? Sellers are all keenly interested in the value of their property. So an agent should be prepared to provide a comparative market analysis, or what we call a CMA, to help determine a realistic selling price. Now, we never really want to tell you what you need to sell your house for. That's for you to figure out on your own, but we can give you our price opinion on what and give you comparables in the market, and you should be able to produce that. I usually have all of those printed out, and we go over each and every one of them and figure that out. I've had sellers ask me, hey, what do you think I should list it for? And I'll give them a range. Like, I never want to be stuck on, hey, you need to list your house for $400,000, because what if it doesn't sell for that? So I like them to get everything up front, to know what we're looking at, what homes have sold for, and if for some reason a seller wants to overprice their home, then we have to really figure out why they think that. But everything's different. I like to, when I arrive to a listing appointment, what I call listing consultation, then I'm going to not just sit down with the seller right then. I want to go view their home, do a walkthrough tour with them, have things ready to write down, whether it's in my iPad or my notebook, to figure out room by room what my seller needs to know on getting it prepared. Does it need painting? Does things need to come off the walls? Of course, I know in past videos I said less is more. Declutter, depersonalize, and you have to do that in every room. Now, staging. I'm great at staging. I can usually utilize the furniture that you have there and tell you exactly where to move it to or help you do that or whatever. So every home is different. So every property is going to be different. Whether I'm going to go list raw land with no home or there's a home on it or anything. I need to know and do my research ahead of time before I go to my listing consultation with my client, what their home, I think the value would bring, or what it would bring in today's market. Now, what I say today might not be true next week. It might change and we have to tweak things, but you need to prepare for that. And I try to explain everything up to you, the good, the bad, and the ugly up front. So another thing that sellers like to know, and it's pretty crucial for homeowners to know, is you need to clearly explain your fees and what the services include or what they call commissions. So you need to get that all up front. It's in your listing contracts, and go over that so that that everybody understands all that up front. So another question would be, what should I do to prepare my home for sale? So I give you guidance on staging, repairs, or improvements that could be done to enhance the home's value or appeal. If it's often sought after, certain things are. So I have to be in the know of what clients want. The cool thing is I am a listing agent, but I'm also a buying agent as well. So I know when I have dealt with buyers, what they're looking for in my listings too. So it's good to have, to be well-rounded in that, so that you know what each side is, and that helps in negotiations as well, because you're well-versed in the listing side and you're well-versed in the buy side, and it helps in negotiations knowing both sides of it. Next is, how will you market my property? So I don't just do the listing appointment, put the sign in the yard, and call it a day, and put it on the MLS. Now, the MLS is a great tool, but there are so many things online that we market to, social media, all kinds of things. And so I go over that with my clients to figure that out. So you'll want to ask your agent how it is that they're going to market. Are they going to do you think open houses are going to work for me? I live way out in the boonies. Do you think that would work for me? I mean, every house is different. So online is where everybody goes to. So again, that how you go and prepare the home. And I know in a previous video I've talked about photography and drone and 360 walkthrough tours. So everything that we can do to market that property, we should do. So we have a fiduciary responsibility to our client to get that home sold. So we need to put our best foot forward in everything that we do. So I love this question though. How long will it take to sell my home? Well, it depends on what you price your home at. And it depends on the market. It depends on a lot of things. Is there a lot of homes for sale in there? How many days on the market is my neighborhood? Usually, how many days on the market do homes sit in my neighborhood? Those are things that in the process, before we go sit down with a client, we have to research all of that and figure that part out. And be able to answer all these questions. So, but while no good agent can predict with certainty when it will sell, we can give you an estimate based on the current market conditions and comparable sales in the area. So, that helps a lot to do your research and all of your homework before you ever go see the property. So next question is, should I make repairs or sell it as is? I've had people do both. Some people don't have the funds up front to do all of their repairs. So we either have the property, price at a certain level for people to buy it to do those repairs. Or if they can make the repairs on the front end, it usually rewards them with what they get in the asking price later. So I give guidance on whether to invest in repairs or sell the property in its current state to see, what we can do there. So what happens if my home does not sell quickly? So sellers may be anxious about this scenario, especially in today's market. Today's market, things do sit on the market a lot longer. You have certain neighborhoods that still may fly off the market within a week or a few days or whatever. It depends on the location and the neighborhood, and just a lot of factors go into why it's sitting there. some homes are not for the masses. You know, some homes might be split levels, and not everybody wants a split level. You know, if it's a manufactured home on a permanent foundation, then everybody may not want one of those type of properties. Some people may need 3 bedrooms and it's a 2-bedroom property. I mean, all things factor in to why a home sits longer. A lot of times it's price, condition of the property, and location. So lots of things there, and I try to go over that on the front end with my sellers in what I see at their property and the market conditions and things in the neighborhood or the area that they're in. So how do you handle multiple offers? So in a competitive market, understanding the strategy for handling multiple offers is very important to my sellers. So every agent is different on how they do that. And at that time in that market, I will always explain that to my clients up front, how I'll go over how we can handle multiple offers, see what they want to do, and when we were in that market, I would have to print out like 20 offers and go over each and every one of them with my clients and figure out the best one to get them to the end the quickest amount of time and give them the most amount of money. Sometimes it may not be the most amount of money, but it's the better offer. So you just have to look at all of them and see how strong the buyer is, and many different factors go into play there. What are closing costs and who pays for what? So I give you a breakdown of the closing cost, and usually I'll do a seller net sheet after I've gathered information from you that I need for that seller's net sheet, and who typically pays for each item, like home inspections, attorney fees, etc. Usually clients, I've had a lot, especially my senior clients, when I'm helping them, and a lot of my clients love to have a seller's net sheet so that they know what they're ending up with in the end. And I'm great at math and accounting and all of that, so that's a good strong point for me to be able to go over that for them and put it into a program where it itemizes everything out for them. Now, of course, that can change if they have to pay closing cost or whatever, whatever you do throughout the process. So if your agent's not good at that, then they need to seek maybe the title company or somebody to help them with that and get it to you. So another one is, what are the potential legal pitfalls in selling my home? So information about disclosure requirements and any legal aspects of the sale process is always essential. So that's what we have contracts for, and different things. So on the next one, can you provide references or testimonials from past clients? Trust is crucial in our business, and in the realtor-client relationship. Always trust, and it goes both ways. I've got to have the trust. I've got to know that I can trust my clients just as well as they need to know they can trust me. Potential sellers often seek reassurance through past client experiences. Like if they've had a bad experience in the past, I want to set their mind at ease and go over things. And I'm over communicative, so if somebody ever tells me that I'm not, then I know something's up there. So my clients all know that I am here for them, and they can call me pretty much anytime unless I'm sleeping. So and what's the current state of the housing market in your area? If your agent does not know that, then they are in the wrong business because we need to know that every day. And if you have a week where you're not as busy, you need to be finding all of that out, and you need to do your research. You need to look into different areas and cities and be up to date on everything. It's a little hard sometimes when you get so busy that you don't have time to breathe, but I'm always a big believer in education and taking certification classes, CE classes, and getting in as much knowledge as I can about the market and about real estate in general and everything to do with it. And I love what I do. So I'm always doing that. And I want to be well prepared when clients have different situations and they need my guidance throughout the process. So being well prepared to answer these questions thoroughly and honestly can significantly enhance a real estate agent's rapport with her sellers or his sellers, ultimately leading to more successful transactions. So I gathered this information. I thought it might be useful to you, no matter where you are, what state you live in, if you are thinking about selling and, not doing a for sale by owner, of course. So that way you are well prepared and get all your answers and things from the agent that you need. If you are looking at interviewing several agents, just look at several agents and see what the answers were and kind of get your own feel for who you feel more comfortable dealing with, not who's give you pie in the sky and saying here, and not necessarily somebody that comes in with like a thick book of beautiful graphics. That's not, the show isn't always what you're looking for. Some people do, some people don't. So, I just come in and I'm bluntly honest, and I tell people what they don't want to hear and what they want to hear. What they need to hear, not really what they want to hear, but what they need to hear, and the good, the bad, and the ugly. So you'll get that from me, and that's what my clients love, because that's why I say I put the real in real estate, and that's truly what I do. I love what I do. I always say that. So if you're looking to buy or sell a property, you can always reach out to me. You can comment below, and if you like my videos, please like and subscribe and share with your friends and family. Until next time, I will see y'all soon. Y'all have a great day. Thanks. Bye.